Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. How are you? I hope you are enjoying the best of health. I welcome you in my class, that is English for Grade 1. We are learning Unit 6. Its title is Never Lie. My dear fellow teachers, this lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation and worksheet links are given. You may click it, download it, follow it as it is, or modify it for your convenience. I'm going to deliver my lecture according to this lesson plan. Yes, my dear students, today under the title of grammar, we are going to learn about substitution words. Before this, in your English primer, you have learned about use of this and that. Remember? So beta, this concept is going to extend and we are going to learn recognize and use substitution words as a subjective case I, we, you, he, she, it and they. This is our today's SLO. Let's start with the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah mentions in Quran Surah Ikhlas verse 1 till 4. Say, He is Allah, who is one. Allah, the eternal refuge. He neither begets nor is born, nor is there to him any equivalent. Yes, my dear students, what this beautiful surah is telling us. Beta, this surah is introduction of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is saying there is no one else other than Allah. Allah is one and He is the only eternal refuge, right? And He is neither begets, means Allah does not have any children or parents. Allah is all alone, right? So have you memorized Surah Ikhlas? Very good. So beta, this is the translation of Surah Ikhlas which tells us about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And now look at this word He. He is Allah. Now this He, this word has been used for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So such type of words are known as substitution words, okay? So we are going to learn further. First you tell me what are naming words and what are substitution words. Whatever you know about it, pause the video, answer these questions to your teacher and then come back. Yes, my dear children, I hope now every one of you about naming words, that everything around us which we can touch, hold, feel or see has a name and that is called a naming word. This naming word may refer to a person, place or thing, right? We have learned it. So we use a word, a naming word for a person or a place or a thing. Now, my dear children, when we replace, substitute means replace, like change. We change naming word and use another word for that. That is called substitution word. So substitution word is a word which is used in place of a naming word, right? So what is a substitution word? A word which is used in place of a naming word. It can be we, I, he, she, they, you, and it, right? Now, look at this picture. What naming word we use to mention? It's man. So, man is a naming word for a person. Masjid. Masjid is a naming word for a place. Cow. Cow is naming word for a living thing, for an animal. And book. Book is a naming word we use for this object, right? Now, how do we use these naming words in sentence? Man is smiling. So look at this, his face. Man is smiling. I can say the same sentence in this way. Man is smiling. Now, this naming word can be replaced with a substitution word. And for that, we have to look. Man is a male. We have learnt about it. He is masculine. So, to replace a masculine naming word, we use He. He is smiling. Man is smiling or he is smiling. Both sentences are same. The only difference is we have used naming word here and substitution word here. For this man, we use substitution word he, right? The next example is cow is fat. Now this cow is a naming word and we replace it with it is fat. Okay. Now this it is substitution word for things. Either it's living or non-living. So cow is naming word and we use it to replace it. Cow is fat or it is fat. Both are same sentences. Only difference is we have used naming word over here and substitution word over here. Do you understand? So naming word for things are replaced with substitution word it. The next example is book is interesting. Once again, this naming word will be replaced with it. As I told you, naming word for things, either it's living or non-living, is replaced with substitution word it. It is interesting. And now, naming words for masculine gender are replaced with he, and naming words for feminine gender are replaced with she. Now, these are the examples from your book. Amir is a boy. So, this naming word Amir is referring to a masculine naming word. So, we will replace it with he is a boy, right? Sarah is a girl. Now, this naming word she is referring to a feminine, to a female. So, we will replace it with she. So, she is the substitution word for feminine naming words, right? Okay. The rat has small ears. It has. Now, rat, as I told you, this is naming word for a living thing. So, we replace it with it. It has small ears. Nida and Hassan are twins. Now, beta, when we are using more than one person's name and I is not included, what? More than one person's names, Nida, Hassan. And I is not there, so we replace it with they. They are twins. And if for more than one person's name, I is also there, Aisha and I. Now, I is there, it means I'm including. So, substitution word will be used, we. We are happy. Are you getting it? Good. Okay. So, these are the substitution words. We find it which substitution word we are using to replace our naming word. Let's practice it through an activity. What the activity is, students will read unit Never Lie. Okay. So, read your unit in pairs and underline the substitution words. Share your findings in the class. So, you will read the unit, you will underline substitution words, and teachers kindly, we have to confine till the subjective case. Okay. He, she, it, I, we, they, you. Right. So, make sure every child is getting it. Pause the video, enjoy the activity, and then come back. Yes, my dear children, I hope all of you could find these substitution words. I also did it. They, he. So, I underlined these substitution words for you. Are you done it? Okay. So, here is your activity. Teacher will divide students in groups and each group will make a poster of substitution words. Ask them to write singular and plural substitution words separately. Okay, so here is a task. All of you in groups, you are going to make a poster for substitution word. Teacher kindly provide this stuff to students and let them enjoy this, making this project. Pause the video, enjoy making the project and then come back. Yes, my dear students, are you done with it? Good job. You make beautiful posters. Wonderful. Now it's time to practice the concept from your book. All of you open your book on page number 53. Now you will read these sentences and the naming word which has been underlined, you have to rewrite the sentence by using a substitution word for that. For example, Rehan is in the playground. Now, to replace this naming word, you have to complete this sentence. Now, this is Rehan is a naming word for a male. So, what substitution word you will use? He. He is playing football, right? Likewise, you will keep reading the sentences and focus the underlined naming word and complete the next sentence by using substitution word for the first naming word, right? So pause the video, complete this task in your book and then come back. Yes, my dear children, are you done with it? Good job. I'm giving you a homework. You will write 5 sentences using substitution words. And here is a worksheet, my dear fellow teachers. This worksheet, lesson plan, PowerPoint presentation, links are given. You may click it, download it, and kindly provide a printed worksheet to students for practice. So what we have learned today, we learned the concept of substitution words, and we recognized and used the substitution words. So in this way, we achieved our SLO to recognize and use substitution words as subjective case. I, we, you, he, she, it, and they. Are we done with it? Yes. So that's it for today. Tomorrow I'll come again with a very interesting lesson. Till that time, keep learning and take very good care of yourself. Thank you and Allah Hafiz.